Oversnatch, Overwatch, overly enjoyed myself while watching this porn parody review. So let's talk about this thing right now. Okay, so believe it or not, these things actually have kind of already happened before. There's a lot of kind of like porn parodies out there of Overwatch, believe it or not. They are not with live action people, but with actual characters. I had to actually look this up because I didn't know that much going into this kind of porn parody review. So believe it or not, I actually had to do research for a porn parody to kind of like really get into this review, which is crazy, but I did. So let's talk about this thing. So the basic thing is pretty much a Reaper versus the Widowmaker having sex. So this thing kind of starts off with, the Widowmaker kind of locking down on, the Reaper. She has the target locked on, and you know how it gets a hard target for the most part. Now this hard target is really hard apparently because it said hard on detected, and apparently it's raging. That's literally what it says in her sniper scope. Eventually, the Reaper dude shoots out a purple dildo at her. She starts licking the shit, and then she starts rubbing it all over her shit. And it just kind of becomes a little bit awkward. I don't know why. It's slightly hot because her lips, and I feel like the cinematography just in general really made her lips kind of pop out. I feel like the cinematography was so good in this thing, and I know it's stupid to talk about cinematography, but I feel like it looked quite well for the budget. And even the guns and even the costumes for the most part, even though the Reaper dude looked like something more from Destiny than actual Overwatch, but that was just my opinion. I feel like it actually looked quite good, and I feel like maybe browsers can actually do like a porn parody sex web series of Overwatch. I feel like a lot of people would probably pay to see that, or maybe that's just me. I don't know. But actually, though, that was actually kind of good. She started doing a little bit of a solo scene, and then we kind of get to our big climax for the most part, and then that's where we kind of get it. She does a little bit of a blow job. This is the thing about Aletta Ocean. I feel like she knows how to do the slow blow very well. Not a lot of chicks know how to do that, but I feel like she knows how to do it very well. But I actually think her lips really did pop out with the cinematography or lip gloss or whatever you want to call it. Really looked quite good inside of this video, and I thought it was actually great. Eventually, you get the typical scene. It's not really that much going for it. There is one part where it's kind of, it didn't irk me per se, but he's looking at her ass, right? And he kind of takes the mask off, and it kind of took me out of it a little bit to the point where I was just like, he could have kept the mask on just a bit. He did put it back on, but I feel like they could have maybe like a tongue hole or something. I feel like that would have worked a little bit more better. Hell, maybe it would have even been a little bit more hotter, but that's just me. Now, Let It Ocean, right? I don't know what it was, but maybe it was just me and I haven't seen it in a while. But did she get ass implants? Because it seemed like she did. Now, it's not ridiculous like Leela Star. If anybody's seen Leela Star's ass, it just seemed like that's almost abnormal. Not bad, but it's a little abnormal. But I thought that was actually quite good. Her ass looked quite well in this thing, just to begin with. But you get a couple of no anal shots, sorry guys, whatever it may be. But you get the typical kind of sex stuff, just in general. And I'm glad they kind of kept like the voice modulator on, Danny or whatever it may be, the Reaper dude, and kind of kept it in character. Now it's not Axel Braun style, dedication, but it is actually kind of hot, and I feel like it was because of A Letter Ocean. It's a slow scene, but it's like a good movie. You like the slow burn, and I'm pretty sure it was actually good. Now, granted, her lips look like they're a little bit ridiculous. Now, I don't know if she got lip implants in general, even though she looked like she could probably suck up more things than Kirby. And boy, does that kind of her lips just look fantastic in this thing, but yeah, she does a really good job. The dude Danny does a good job. There's not really that much to really say, except that I don't have to look at notes just to begin with, but um, it literally is just like, all right, okay. Eventually, it kind of ends, right? He's doing, the reverse cowgirl. He kind of comes. It's a big load because I believe this dude knows how to kind of like plow shit. If you see, or if you're familiar with this dude's work, but he does it. She takes it like a champ. Way to go, Aletta Ocean. And then it pretty much, she blows a kiss. It pretty much says, slut kiss activated. It says their powers is like Dick Blossom, ultimate activated, infant tits activated. Ridiculous. Anyways, when she goes to slut kiss, they give the status update of like one cum shot, one kill. She's a cock sniper. And her pussy upgrade is like XP 15,000. It was ridiculous, and I actually thought it was just hysterical, like the amount of shit they kind of put in here. But overall, I thought it was actually a lot more better than their Pokemon one. If you actually saw their Pokemon Go one, which I thought was stupid. But this one was actually not bad. I actually thought it was kind of hot, even though it was kind of slow and it wasn't really that good. But I felt like they were into it, and Let Ocean looked fantastic into her outfit. But that's just my thought. You can see it if I had to rate it. If you know how I rate this thing, is pretty much full blown, rental or whatever it may be. I would say this is a pretty, decent hard on. This is a pretty good shot right here. But I say you should definitely check it out if you like Overwatch, or you can check out one of those real creepy things and check out the animation porn parodies. Those are weird, but you're probably going to check it out anyway. Comment, subscribe, and like, which you probably won't. But I'm Chris Smith, and I'm signing out.